Hey everybody, welcome back to the Grad Centric podcast. I'm Jason Anderson with Grad Metrics. Today we're going to continue our discussion on managing student loan debt. And today we're going to discuss Parent Plus loans. So if you're not familiar with Parent Plus loans, this is an option for parents to borrow to fund their students' education, their child's education. So if you fill out the FAFSA, typically you're offered one of two different loans. The first is a loan that's going to go in the name of the student. They tend to be low interest rates. They have really great perks in terms of federal benefits like loan forgiveness, other things like repayment plans. Whereas if you're a parent, you might be able to also take out some money in a Parent Plus loan. These tend to be higher interest rates. They require a credit check, and then the parent can take out money really up to the full cost of attendance if they qualify. And so they can take out a significant amount of debt in order to fund their children to go to school. Now, why would a parent want to take out a Parent Plus loan? Well, that's pretty easy in many respects. So if they have a student that wants to go off to an expensive school and they haven't prepared for that full cost, well, then taking out a Parent Plus loan might be a good option for that family. But what are the drawbacks? Well, there are of course many drawbacks when it comes to Parent Plus loans. One of them is a higher interest rate. And the second is that they don't have all those federal protections, or I guess I should say benefits that we would find with the loans the student is taking out. And in particular, those benefits would be those income-driven repayment plans. A lot of times they're not going to have the opportunity to be involved or participate in all of those plans given certain parameters. Now, there is something called a double consolidation that the parents might be able to go into. Also, if you consolidate, you can get into a repayment plan called income contingent repayment plan. But generally speaking, the original Parent Plus loan is not eligible for income-driven repayment plans and some of these other perks that we would see with the loans taken out by the student. Now, what's scary and what I've seen in my practice more frequently than I would like to see are parents taking out a significant amount of debt, six-figure debt, for their students to go off to college. Now, it is admirable that parents are taking on that burden for their students to get an education and to hopefully go on to make good money in a career that they like. On the other hand, you see parents that are going into their 50s, maybe 60s, with a significant amount of debt, and they're really starting to prepare for maybe having some freedom after the kids have left the nest, or certainly preparing for retirement at some point. And you're just seeing these parents not knowing where to go and how to proceed with this significant amount of debt. So there are some strategies here. In particular, I talked about a consolidation and how that might be an answer for many families and many parents. There are some other strategies, like I had mentioned, the double consolidation. There are some strategies in terms of if you get into an income-driven repayment plan, what it looks like to lower your overall payment, especially going into retirement. So these are certainly some strategies that parents should look at as they consider how they're going to pay off their Parent Plus loans. But I say all this to say, it may be the best option for many parents not to take out this debt at all, and to think of some creative ways to cut costs or to increase funding before their children go off to college. And so this is a little bit about Parent Plus loans. Hopefully it's been eye-opening for you all. I wanted to get this out as I've seen more and more people in my practice that have come out with significant amounts of Parent Plus loans. And that may be a good fit for some families and certainly not for others. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, Jason@gradmetrics.com. Happy to answer your questions.